Good morning. Y'all want to have a chat and some tea this morning? Yeah, let's have one, okay? I gotta get a drink of this tea because it is chai tea and it is so good. I love chai tea. I love any kind of tea, really. So it is Wednesday and we're halfway through the week, and yeah, we're just halfway through the week. So what have y'all been doing this week? I think I talked to y'all. Was it Monday? Yeah, I think I chatted with y'all Monday, so I'm back midweek. So I'm doing pretty good. Yesterday I went to town, and guess what happened? This is what happened. I found one bag of maple cream Werthers, and I was shocked out of my gourd. I was at Walmart, where I can't never find any. So I just went back where they keep the the Werthers, not expecting anything. So I went around there to the shelf, and they had all kinds of pumpkin spice and all kinds of cinnamon. And nobody must be liking that or something. And you know, that pumpkin spice craze has been so popular, but maybe everybody's getting tired of it. I don't know. I mean, I don't like it. Like I said, I like pumpkin in, baked in stuff. But as far as, all this pumpkin spice craze and everything, no, that's not for me. But anyway, so beside the pumpkin spice and the cinnamon, as always, there was empty shelves. And, even the caramel apple was empty. And usually there's a few bags of that always left, but it was completely empty. Well, I still have, I think, maybe 2 bags of that left. But if I go back and they have any, I'm going to get some. And then this one lonely little shelf, I saw one bag in it. But I thought, it's not maple cream. It's probably one of the pumpkin spices or something just put in it. And I looked down, and there was a maple cream. And I said, it's mine, it's mine, it's mine. Well, there was a man standing behind me. And, I just looked back at him because I know he thought I was crazy. And I said, I'm sorry if I'm in your way, but, in my mind, I was thinking, I don't care. That bag is mine. No matter who wants that bag, that maple cream Werther's is mine. And he said, no, that's okay. He said, I was always taught to respect my elders. You know what? That man was about 10 years or more older than me. And I'm his elder? Anyway, I just let that go because all I was after was my Werther's maple cream. So I grabbed that quickly and put it in my buggy. And my purse was in there, and I put it behind my purse because nobody was stealing my maple cream. So yeah, and then I went on down, Walmart doing my business, and my husband was in the other end of the store. And I saw him coming. And I was so excited to tell him about this because I've been driving him crazy wanting this maple cream. So he came, and I got it down my buggy, and I went like this. I said, look, look, look. He said, well, did you finally find it? And I said, yes, I did. I said, but they only had one bag. I said, but I'm not going to complain. I said, one bag. So hopefully this is, this is promise that they may get more. But I told him, I said, they exist. I said, they really exist. And he laughed at me because I love that M&M's commercial every year that comes on. That Christmas commercial with the M&M's and the Santa Claus. And Santa Claus is in the house or whatever, and the M&Ms come in, and they both turn around to see each other, and they look at each other and say, they exist, or he exists, they really exist, and each one of them faints. I love that commercial. So that's what I told my husband. I said, they exist, they really exist, because I was beginning to think that they really did not exist. And because last year, I couldn't find them at all, and I never got them. And I was thinking this year was going to be the same way. And so I got one bag so far, one measly bag, but at least I got one bag. So there's hope. There's hope that there's going to be more, but I don't know. But I just was so excited to tell y'all about that today. It's just the little things, y'all. It's the little things that just makes you happy, right? So yeah. So, and I just dropped something. Hold on a minute. What is it? Oh, I got some stuff in yesterday in the mail. It's some stuff that some companies want me to review, and it's just it's a little cream. I'm not going to show the brand name because I'm not sure if I'm supposed to or not, but it's just a little bitty box, and I was hoping it was some eye cream or something because, my eyes need a lot of help. I'm getting a lot of dark circles and bags under them. It doesn't help if you don't rest good, and if you're not feeling good or anything. My eyes get really bad, dark circles and bags. And I noticed the last few days they're getting really bad. And I use, y'all can tell I don't use a lot of makeup or anything on this face. But the one thing I do use is that Maybelline Magic Eraser, I think it's called. Well, it's not doing its job. It's not magic. It's not erasing these wrinkles or anything. And I've got a couple, you'll probably notice sometimes, age spots, sunspots, whatever. They're kind of big. And I dab them things. And it helps a little bit, but you can still see them and you still see these dark circles. But Maybelline, that is not a magic eraser. It helps, but it doesn't magically erase this stuff. So, but, yeah. What else did I get? Oh, I got some body wash. Let me get that out of your way. I got some body wash, and I love when I get to review body wash. I rarely ever have to buy body wash or anything like that because these companies send me body wash. I get a lot of Olay body washes and different stuff to review, and I just love it. So yeah. I've been doing like reviewing for years now. I don't do as much as I used to because I just wanted to cut back. I say I'm semi-retired from doing that. I do a lot of off of social media reviews anymore. I do a little bit on Instagram when I have to, whenever they say post it on Instagram or something like that. I do, but I used to do the YouTube reviews. I used to have a channel, just for reviews on YouTube, but I don't do that anymore. It was too stressful. It just got to where some of these, what I call sellers, they just wanted you to do these glowing and raving reviews, what they call 5-star reviews, and I'm not doing a review that I'm not comfortable with. If I find fault with something or whatever, I'm going to say it, and I'm going to give an honest review. And so I don't work with anybody anymore that I can't do that with. I do what I call off social media reviews anymore, where they send me things and I take my time and test them and review them and send my reviews in to their websites. And so, yeah, so that's the way I do anymore. Sometimes I get a lot and sometimes they straggle in, but I choose what I want to do. So, yeah, I know you probably didn't want to hear all that, but we're just having a chat session today. So, yeah. So I hope you're having a good day and a good week so far. Like I said, we're just in the middle of the week. I don't know what is going to happen the rest of the week, but I know what is going to happen at the end of the week. On Friday, my first story is going to post, and I may not be able to do another video before the end of the week, so that's why I want to go ahead and tell you about it today. So on every Friday, my stories will post, and they're called Simply Debbie Sue's Southern Whispers. So that's what my story time is going to be called. And the reason I called it that was because they're just quiet little stories, soft stories that I hope will speak to your heart. And as you listen to them, I hope that, that those little quiet faith-based stories, inspirational stories will just whisper to your heart while you're listening to them. And they're only about, each story is only about 3 to 5 minutes long. So they are short stories, so you won't have to listen long. And they will come out, like I said, every Friday a story will post. And they are Southern stories. So when I read them, my Southern accent will probably come through. So that's the way I want, you know. And the reason I chose Southern short stories is because I love my roots, my heritage. I have always loved to read Southern short stories for as long as I can remember. And what got me started wanting to write Southern short stories of my own was there's an author named Bailey White. She wrote a book called, the first book I read of hers was called Mama Makes Up Her Mind. And it was a book of short stories, and they were, you know, more like Southern short stories. And I loved that book. They were heart-touching, heartwarming stories, and some of them were really funny. And I never forgot that book. I actually have that book because I loved it so good. And I thought, you know, I want to write stories like that. And I thought about that for a long time in the back of my mind. And I thought, well, why don't you go ahead and do it? So I started just writing a short story here and there. And I thought, you know, I can do this. I really can. So I may not be, you know, on her level or a lot of people's level, but they're my stories. They come from my heart. And I hope you enjoy them. And I do write other stories too, you know, not just Southern short stories, but those are the ones that are in my heart and the ones I love. So that's why I wanted to do these stories for you. And then maybe later on, you know, I may read some stories just you know, on my videos that are not Southern short stories for you. But this is the series that I really wanted to do, Simply Debbie Sue Southern Whispers. So I hope you will enjoy them. So, like I said, every Friday about noon, a story will drop on YouTube. And I want to do it on Fridays because it's the end of the week. And a lot of times I'm usually doing a lot of end of the week things here at home. And I sometimes don't get to do a video in the week. So I thought, you know, just drop a story that I've already recorded at the end of the week for everybody. And so everybody can listen to the story anytime that you want to. You can do it. You can listen to it maybe Friday evening, Friday night while you're relaxing, or it would be a great story to listen to over the weekend. You can listen to it with your family, really, or just, you know, by yourself relaxing. So that's why I wanted to do it on Friday, just the end of the week story, just to end your week with a nice, relaxing, inspirational story. So yeah, I just wanted to explain that to you today because I probably won't be doing another video before the story drops. And whenever you listen to the story, I would like to have your feedback too. Just let me know what you think of it. If there's anything that you would like to hear more of, less of, I'm always welcome to feedback. I'm always trying to improve my stories. So yeah, just let me know anything that you think. Good, bad, the ugly, whatever. I'm always open to feedback. So that's just what I wanted to chat with you today about my Werthers and my stories. And I just want to know about you, what you're into, how you're feeling. Yeah, let's just chat. Always, you know, you're always welcome to put anything in the comments. That's what I'm here for, is yeah, community. That's what we are all about, is community. Just being able to share with each other, just chat and talk. So I'm not going to talk long today because I have got so much to do. And I hope you have a great day today, a blessed day. Take care of yourself no matter what you're doing today. God loves you, and so do I. And I will talk to you probably next week. I'll talk to you, you know, face to face in another video. But I hope you enjoy my story Friday. Bye-bye.